my tongue, your body is so sweet, sweet, sweet.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Stark Effect podcast. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Khalif. You can call me Kay. Yeah, welcome back to another episode. I know I've been gone for a few days or whatever, but I had to work. I've been really busy, y'all. I've been really trying to just find inspiration to make videos because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes my inspiration it wanes. Like sometimes I'm like super motivated and sometimes I'm not, okay. But not only that, I had to work and I do have like a life. So having to like constantly maintain and find the balance can be a lot sometimes, especially with the new year. Like when I walked into 2026, you guys, just to have like a honest moment, I really like wrote down a lot of my goals and I was like, I have to like buckle down, but sometimes it gets hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes I get unmotivated in the sense of like, I don't know. I just get these bouts of like lack of motivation. It's the weirdest thing. And I'm sure people can relate to that. I'm a pretty disciplined, I feel like I'm a fairly disciplined person when I really like want something. But then the thing that I like struggle with discipline and even making content sometimes is it's not just about having discipline. The mundane dedication to consistency is so hard. That's why I really admire people who post every single day because I don't know how these people do it. I'm sure they get paid for it, so that helps them stay motivated. But if you're someone like me where you're not getting paid and every video doesn't get numbers, right? It depends on the topic and I guess my delivery, but every video doesn't do well. So whenever I put out a video and it gets like 9 views, I be like, dang. But I have to understand that I can't get caught up in the views and I just have to keep going. So anyways, I'm back with another episode, y'all. Genuinely been busy, been trying to stay on top of my goals, especially in 2026. Like one of my goals this year is to really improve my finances. So I won't get into everything that I'm doing to improve my finances, but just know that I am doing significant things that will benefit me in the future, and I'm really trying to learn, like learn about things outside of just like a credit score. Learn about like those things that they don't teach you in school. Like I've been really working on that and just trying to sleep and so yeah, that's where I've been and working. So I want to check in with you all. How have you been? Okay, I want you to think to yourself, ask yourself if you're watching my video, hearing me rant right now. How have you been? What's going on? Let's do some self inventory. Okay. How do you feel right now? How was your day? It's Sunday. I'm recording on January 18th. Okay, how was your week, the past week? My past week was busy. It was super busy. But we're here and I feel good this morning, this afternoon. I think it's like what, 11? It's around 11. So I woke up this morning, y'all. I made myself a nice breakfast. I had some coffee and I prayed and so I'm trying to get up in here. So anyways, if you like my content, you like my YouTube channel, drop down below, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's go ahead and let's get into some of the latest topics. One of the biggest topics that people are talking about right now is Kristy and Desmond. So Kristy Scott and Desmond Scott are getting divorced. They both are influencers. They've been influencers for years. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a hot topic, because oftentimes with like celebrity culture and stuff like that, what I've noticed is that when people get divorces or like people break up or people get together, a lot of us tend to live like vicariously through these influencers and we start to kind of like give all this commentary. So the two of them announced a divorce, and I think that the reason why it's happening is because A, they're influencers, B, they appear to have like this perfect marriage, this perfect life. You know what I mean? They appear to like have it all. Both fairly young, both attractive, beautiful people, male and female, gorgeous, married couple. They have two beautiful sons. They've been married for 14 years. They met when they were teenagers. Both of them are Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, Kristy filed for the divorce. Okay, according to People, Kristy filed for the divorce. I have the People article here, and I'll go ahead and read through a few of the facts. But Kristy did file for the divorce. citing infidelity, okay? Right when that was announced about 2 weeks ago, Desmond released a statement on Instagram, basically apologizing and owning up to it, essentially. Now, TMZ over the past week found they got video footage of Desmond at a restaurant or a club. It was some type of venue. And he was making out with this girl in public. It was some girl in public making out with her, kissing and slobbering and all the things at this particular venue. And people were like, oh my God, like, yo wife just announced that y'all getting a divorce and you already like in the club. Like TMZ went and bought the footage because that's what they do. They go out and they buy the footage. People go out and sell it or whatever. So somebody was up there scoping Desmond and this lady. Okay. So that's basically like a short synopsis of what's going on. Now, this is a bit messy. It's not me, but the girls in the community, in the trans community, okay, the trans girls, I'm not trying to call my sisters out, but they're joking right now. Some of the black girls, Dominique Morgan, has been on TikTok joking and saying that this lady that Desmond was seen with, making out with at this venue, that she's a doll, apparently, because of her features. They're hinting at it. They're not outright saying that she's a doll, but they're looking at like her facial features and trying to clock her in a joking way and saying, oh, you was cheating on your wife with one of the dolls. You know what I mean?
I'm really trying to hold myself to my statement I made the other day of she, I guess her name is Marissa Springer. I would love to know more about her. Does anyone know if she has biological children? Or does anybody know tell me more about her. You may tell me more via DM as well. Because she looked kind of
This is my life as a professional model. This is my graduation photos from U of H. These actually went viral on TikTok. This was one of my first viral moments. I actually got into modeling because I started doing music.
This is the line. This is the line.
So that's a joke and it's alleged. We don't know if I don't know if she is actually a doll yet, but that's something that I've been seeing some of the girls do. Some of the trans girls who are, giving their commentary and all those things like that have been, joking and saying that this girl could be possibly one of the girls, but we don't know that for a fact, because there are some cisgender women, biological women, who, have certain facial features that might not be deemed as feminine all the time. You know what I mean? So,
I'm gonna say this one time and one time only. I am not the one he cheated with. Everyone involved in the situation knows that it was not me. And let's clear the air right now. I am definitely not transgender. I've always been a girl. I was born a girl. I am a girl. I'm just a girl. I love being a girl. No offense to the transgenders. And why are you guys calling a clearly straight man gay as an insult? I thought that was something we don't do in 2026. I did not call call TMZ on myself. All the information that was released about me is public information and it's listed on my Instagram. They reached out to me the day they were going to release it, saying that they had confirmed who I was and if I wanted to add anything on and make a statement, which is when I told them that I did not know who he was prior and that we had barely met that night. I'm pretty sure when you guys meet someone at a club, you don't interrogate them about who or what their social media status is. We were obviously many drinks in. The vibes were there, as you could tell. They are divorced. The ink is definitely dry. Most of you guys don't actually know these people. I don't have kids. I don't cook. I don't really watch family content. I'm not on that side of TikTok. Also, there's so many fake accounts of me right now and a whole fake relationship. I don't have a boyfriend. This is my only TikTok account. I've also seen so many TikTok stories that said I asked him to buy me a bottle, which is insane work. I would never do that. I'm gonna get hate regardless if I post a video or not, but I just wanted to clear my name because again, I am not the woman that he cheated with. Moral of the story, nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors and it should never reach the extent of having death threats to you or your family.
So if I said anything problematic, my bad. I'm trying to cover all bases here. But before we get into that messy stuff there, because, I don't want to poke at someone's gender, but, I just brought that up because it's something that I've been seeing and all the girls have been laughing at it. So I thought that I would share. But yeah, Kristy is getting a divorce. Now, let's get into it here. Kristy, out of the two of them, Kristy has more followers. Kristy is the brand. They both have a brand. They both have been making content for a very long time. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not like a fan of Kristy and Desmond, but I have seen their videos sporadically without knowing who they are. Full transparency. There are so many influencers, okay? There are so many influencers. There are so many people who have all these followers. So at times it's hard because it's like, oh my God, there's so many people. Everybody named Mama is an influencer now. Every couple, a lot of couples these days get together and make content and they grow together as a couple. And there's tons of couples. I'm not fans of all of them. I'm fans of some of the content though, because some of it is funny. But those two in particular, I've seen their videos, but I'm not like a fan, okay? But I will try my best to cover this for us. Let me put on my bifocals. Alrighty. If I have a glare, it's because of the lights. Wait, before we begin, do you guys like my little lip? I don't have any lip liner. I lost my lip liner. It's somewhere in this apartment. I don't know where it is, child. But I wanted to do, I lost the lip liner, but today I wanted to not wear it because I was like, I don't have to wear lip liner all the time. We can have a gloss on and a little color without a liner. So anywho, I hope you all like this color. It's actually a lip stain mixed with a lip gloss. And I changed my hair up. I have a different unit on today. It's a different color. It's not the same one that I've typically been wearing with all, the little streaks and stuff. Or I think they call it what? Balayage, whatever it's called. All right. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. So according to people.com here, the article is written by Nicholas Rice. This is the first article that's just covering the actual divorce announcement. This was written on January 10th, so it's about a week ago. Influencer Kristy Scott files for divorce from husband Desmond Scott after 12 years of marriage, according to People. The pair wed in 2014 and they share 2 sons together. Kristy Scott filed for divorce from her husband Desmond Scott on December 30th. Desmond spoke out about the split in an Instagram stories post, writing that he, in quote, made choices that I am not proud of, end quote. So, now, People magazine did obtain the court records. TMZ, citing the court records, reported that Kristy cited alleged infidelity as the reason for the pair's split. The influencer couple married and wed in 2014 after 4 years of dating each other. They shared 2 children together, sons Vance and Weston. Now, in their videos, they are known to post these cute family videos. The kids are in it sometimes. They refer to their kids as the Gremlins or the Goblins or something like that. That's what I've, upon my research, okay, just off the top of the dome. And also, too, in their content, Kristy, sometimes, she plays like the whole bratty character, sometimes she'll like, kind of like snatch stuff from Desmond or kind of nag at him a little bit. Or like not nag at him, but just kind of be a brat, just do like bratty things in the videos. And, people, with this whole announcement of this divorce, just from what I've been seeing all over TikTok and Instagram and social media in general, a lot of people are saying that there were already earlier signs of this divorce happening, because well before she filed for this divorce, they were still posting content. You get me? So this has already been happening because they are a brand together. So they've been posting content the whole time. So although they've been having relationship issues from, now with what we know, it appears that they have been having relationship issues behind the scenes. They've been working, this entire time leading up into this announcement. So representatives for both Kelly and Desmond did not immediately respond to people's requests for comments. Now, let's get into Desmond Scott's statement here. So, the statement, it says here, I want to begin by apologizing to Kristy, our family, and everyone who has been impacted by the public attention surrounding the situation. I know this news has been disappointing for many, and I'm truly sorry for the hurt it has caused. Kristy is the mother of my children, and that will always come first. I remain fully committed to being active, present, and a loving parent to our boys, as I have always been. Kristy and I have faced challenges and made sincere efforts to work through them. Toward the end of 2025, I wanted to separate, and I had had conversations with Kristy regarding this. During this period, I made choices that I am not proud of. I took responsibility for those actions. I shared this with her directly and personally, and ultimately we decided to divorce. I ask for my privacy and compassion as we navigate this difficult chapter of our lives. Thank you to everyone who has supported us over the years. I'm grateful for that support, and will continue sharing my love for cooking, and the things that inspire me. I hope you'll continue that journey with me. Now, Desmond, he is a chef professionally, okay? So he posted that on January 10th. He opened up about the split there, okay? He said that they faced challenges leading up to this point, and that they did decide to go through with this in 2025, at the end of 2025. He told her that he wanted to separate, okay? He says that he took responsibility for his actions. Now, once again, they have a massive social media following. I mean, Kristy, I believe she has over 9 million followers on Instagram and about 16 million on TikTok. Let's verify that really quickly. I believe she has about 16 million on TikTok, which is insane. Hold on. There's so many famous Kristys here. So let's see. Kristy Scott. Yeah, she has 16.9 million TikTok followers and over 9 million Instagram followers. Desmond has about 1 million followers on Instagram. Let's verify that. In TikTok, but let's see here. Desmond Scott. He has around 1.4 to 1.5 million TikTok followers. And then on Instagram, he has, let's see. He has 1.8 million followers on Instagram. Okay, so you can see the difference there business-wise. I mean, out of the two of them, people love Kristy. Kristy's a beautiful woman. You know, a lot of women love pretty girls, and they love, like, when we as women follow girls, I notice that a lot of girls, they follow women who are conventionally attractive, who are married, who are beautiful, who fit that aesthetic, and Kristy fully fits that. So, and she makes really, really good engaging content. She has the lifestyle that people want. Oftentimes with couples like this, you typically do see the woman have more followers than the guy. Some of the couples, the guys have more than the girls. But usually with the couples, I feel like the female audience really gravitates towards the woman. And some of the men follow the guys, but, some of the girls follow the guys. But, clearly out of the two of them, Kristy, has the bigger brand. Although they have built this together, Kristy has the bigger name and brand, respectfully. Not to downplay Desmond. Desmond is a chef. Desmond still has 1 million followers. It's not 16 million, right? But he still has a following. He still has people who like him. And I'm sure that this announcement of this divorce, right along with that infidelity, will probably hurt his image. According to people here back in 2024, Kristy and Desmond celebrated 10 years of marriage with a glamorous floral-themed party. The couple told People at the time that they had been best friends, end quote, since they were teenagers. They added that they focus on genuinely having fun, constantly laughing, keeping things light and spontaneous, and finding humor in everyday life. Kristy Scott alludes, here's another story from People. This was written on January 15th, 3 days ago, written by Tabitha Parents. The headline reads, Kristy Scott alludes to current living situation amid Desmond Scott divorce and cryptic Instagram posts. Now, she posted these beautiful Instagram photos. She's looking gorgeous. She has this beautiful what is this? It's like a maroon. It's like a wine red, like an oxblood red dress on, and this gorgeous home, legs kicked up, laying on her back, getting her life. Kristy looks good. Kristy looks good. Girl, she looks good. She looks snatched, and she had 2 kids. She looks really good. So, people in the fans, took this as her dropping hints on IG. This comes after the announcement of the divorce. They were they became public 12 years ago, okay? Now, it says in a January 14th post, the influencer appeared to allude to the divorce again as she shared a photo of herself inside of her kitchen in her home. Now, mind you, they just bought this house and closed on the house. So y'all just moved into this gorgeous home. They're making content in the home, okay? They're making content in the home, and now, he's like, let's just go ahead and get a divorce. I'm going to take a pause right here really quickly. I've never been married. Never had a long-term relationship, so I'm just using logic here, okay? Hopefully one day I can have a long-term relationship that actually lasts the test of time. But for commentary purposes here, what I will say is that typically when people are having issues in their relationship, they might try to work it out. I think that changes for people who are married, because when you're married and you have kids, the ties are even stronger. Even if the person cheats on you, there might be a level of like, oh my God, like I want to save this marriage. We have children together. And although I don't have kids, I've never been married, I can understand how a woman would stay. Like, it's funny because me and a friend, we were talking about this recently, and I was like, girl, like, I really don't believe that people who get cheated on leave. I think most people who get cheated on stay. And I think it gets more complicated if you're married and if you have kids. Now, if you don't have kids and y'all probably boyfriend and girlfriend and y'all don't have any legal ties together, it's easier to step away. If you're not like that gone on love, or like if you're able to bounce back from a relationship and like leave and like detach and stuff. But it could be hard. And honestly, they've been together for so long. They've known each other since they were teens. They grew up together. They're still very young. I'm gonna be honest. I think that some couples, people get bored. And men, I don't want to like put it on a gender thing. I really don't want to be like gendered as I say that. Women get bored too, men get bored. But I do think that if you get married really, really young, like in your early 20s, this might sound weird to say this, but I think that some people need to get it out. Hear me out, y'all. Like, I think that some people like to have fun, and they need to experiment, and they need to live life and have experiences with different people before they tie it down. I do think that some people, especially heterosexual cisgender people, y'all be getting married too early. And I feel like a lot of cisgender people, not to bash them, I'm not trying to bash anyone, but what I'm saying is that, like, for the LGBTQs, it's different for us. But for the heterosexual straight people, y'all live in this thing where y'all want this fairy tale life, right? And I understand that happens for some of y'all. Some of y'all actually do have that life, and y'all are not cheating and stuff like that. But I do feel like some people, marriage doesn't work for them, and they might even love the person when they get married, but when they get deeper in the marriage, issues come up. And they just have an itch to explore. It might not even be anything wrong with that person or their wife, you get me, or their husband, but they haven't gotten to sow their royal oats. Okay, so what I'm saying is that, like, I think that some people should not rush. Even if they really love each other, they should probably wait. Like if you're a person where you feel like you haven't gotten to explore your sexuality, or you haven't gotten to have a lot of experiences or multiple relationships with people, you shouldn't be rushing to get married. That's just what I think personally. So maybe that commentary goes to Desmond because clearly he can't keep it in his what. You feel me? So another thing I want to say is I don't know these people in real life. This is just commentary, so I do want to be gentle as I say these things. Like, I don't want to be one of those creators who's speaking on people's lives that I don't know. I don't know these people's lives. I don't know that. I'm sure there were other issues outside of infidelity because people are people. Conflict comes in relationships. So, but infidelity was the final straw for her. Okay. So yeah, don't get married young. I don't know. That's just on my spirit to say. I feel like if you're really young and you have pressure from like your family or whatever, just wait. Like, cause some people need to live life. I do think that some people need to live life, meaning that they should date other people. They should get out and play the field. They should get out in the streets and have a good time and be in multiple relationships. I do think that people need those experiences. I think that if you're a person, like, let's say if you met your lover when y'all were teenagers and y'all really love each other, I get it. You know, that's your first love. You really want them and you're hooked on them. But I don't know. You know what's so interesting? There are couples who I know. Like, there's this one couple who I went to high school with. I don't know them as adults now, but I'm not going to say their names. But when I went to high school, they were boyfriend and girlfriend in high school, and they're still kicking, still married. They have, I believe, 2 children, and they look really, really happy. I'm not in their business. I don't know these people. So, but, you know, they look happy to me. I don't know. You know, some people really do know their person, but I think that most people don't. And I think that most people, especially men, I hate to sound gendered here because I don't want to sound gendered. I don't want to have like these gendered mindsets, you know. But when we look at the stats, okay? Not the stats, but when we look at the public opinion and like people talking about relationships and stuff, typically men tend to deviate out of the relationship, or men don't want to be tied down as much as women. I think that socially, women are socialized to want to be mothers and be married and things like that. So they're willing to do that a lot earlier. They're willing to get wifed up super early in their life. You know, some women are not. They don't want to date multiple people. They don't want to be out here in the streets. And being in the streets doesn't mean that you're always having sex. Okay, that could mean that you're dating. That could mean that you're dating multiple people and just living your life, you know, getting to know more than one person before you lock yourself down. And what I'm trying to say in this rant, because this is way too damn long, is that some people got to play the field. So anyways, I ranted way too long about that. So yeah, she posted these beautiful pictures. She looks gorgeous. The caption says same address, okay? It says same address. On TikTok, apparently, according to people, earlier this week, fans were convinced that a TikTok post from Kristy shared nearly a month before the news of the filing became public had hinted of her divorce. In the video, Kristy showed herself struggling as she attempted to cook for herself.
I can't tell if that's cooked or if it's just almost cooked. The line between cooked and almost cooked is literally death, so. I didn't even know it was like doing that. It's moving so loud. I know. Just go into a room and like, I don't know. I'm waiting on it to stop.
She added text over that said, anytime I attempt to cook, Scott can be seen checking the oven in her place as fire alarms sound in the background. So People Magazine is saying that fans were just digging in old videos, and there was a video that she posted, and the video showed her basically struggling with cooking, and it showed, you know, Scott trying to fix the fire alarms and things of that nature as she cooked. But this was before this gorgeous house photo that says same address. Now, yeah, so fans have been basically just suggesting that there have been issues. Okay, there have been issues. Right along with the whole cooking video, someone in the comments said, "It's a new chef in the kitchen. I see what you did there. Ate, but not his food," another comment said. So basically, comments shading him being a chef, you know, just suggesting that there have been issues this entire time. Long story short, those two are getting a divorce. It has caused an uproar. Drop down below and let me all know what you think about this Kristy and Desmond thing. Were you like an avid follower of these two? Because to be honest with you, I'm not like an avid follower. I've seen a few of their videos, but I'm not like a fan of these two. But I do know that this divorce, for some reason, it's really impacting a lot of people. Okay. I don't know if it's because they're both so beautiful and they're so attractive. You know, oh, my hair got caught up. Sorry, y'all. It's a Cynthia. It's a Cynthia. Synthetic. Okay. But, oh, and it moves though. She's a Cynthia, but she moves. Okay. You know, y'all girls be liking the shade synthetic hair, honey. Look, all of us don't have the budget for it, okay? But one day, Kalisha will have the budget, okay? I do have a few human hair wigs, though. Anyways, long story short, I'm all over the place. Y'all know I could talk a mile a minute. What do you think about this, though? What are your thoughts about it? Drop down below, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I had a lot of coffee. I'm overstimulated. Let's go ahead and get into our next topic here.